Have you ever wasted money trying to grow your photography business? I know I have. About a year ago, I made a video here that was the biggest game changers in my photography business, which was basically saying all the best things I ever did, the gear, the education, things I invested in that paid off big time. But I feel like this video needs to be made as a follow-up to share all the things that didn't work, things that I wasted my money on. And hopefully this will help you to avoid some of the mistakes that I made and help you get ahead faster. I also hope it helps you to see that everybody makes mistakes when they're running their business. We're going to make bad business investments. We can't always choose the exact right software or person to invest in or course or coach or all those things. And so it's okay. I hope this helps you feel a little bit better. But mostly, I hope that you can avoid these mistakes. So my first big business investment failure was paying for a custom design website on a platform that I didn't understand and that I could not easily update. Now, this platform is WordPress, which some of you might be laughing and saying, oh, WordPress is easy. For me personally, WordPress didn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe it was the theme the designer used, maybe it was something else. But it hindered me from being able to make updates that I wanted to make and continue to improve as a photographer and a business owner. So I now know that because I ended up moving over to the platform called Showit, which is much more user-friendly, specifically made for photographers, very drag and drop, just gorgeous designs. Because I ended up moving over there, I wish I would not have had something custom built on WordPress because it was ultimately a big waste of money. And I think that there are so many options without having to spend thousands of dollars for a brand, especially if it's gonna be on a platform you don't understand. So if you're paying someone to do something that you can't really easily change, it's kind of a sign that you maybe shouldn't do it. So I later ended up moving my site over to a website called Showit. I have zero regrets. It's beautiful, it's user-friendly, and I can make changes super easily. Worst investment number 2 was paying for a printed ad in a wedding magazine in my first year of business. Mistake number 1, the image I chose, the text I chose, all the things. It was really expensive. It led to 0 clients. And the problem was I was rushing to get clients and rushing to get in front of people before I had really gotten into the root of what my brand was about, who I was serving, and then where that bride was. And so I was just throwing money at a problem, hoping that something would come of it, and it didn't. It was a huge waste of money, but it was a valuable lesson. It taught me to get back to basics, go back to brand, go back to marketing, and really think critically, because you do not have to be spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a print ad in order to get wedding clients. In fact, I have tons of videos here on my YouTube channel about building blocks of your brand, your message, how to raise your prices, how to attract high-end clients, all of that here on my YouTube channel. So I'll link some of my favorites down below for you guys and, put them up in the cards where relevant. But that ad was a huge waste of money. The third worst business investment I made was buying gear based on what I felt like I should own instead of investing in pieces of gear that would really help grow with my style. So for example, I bought a couple of really wide angle lenses, like 24 millimeters and 28 millimeter lenses that produced a lot of distortion and are just not my style. And the problem with this is you can look anywhere online and find a photographer that will love almost any lens. You'll be able to find that person somewhere. And the point of this is, before you invest in gear, rent it is the best advice I can give you, because it will be worth it for you to shoot it and see if you truly do like what it produces. But remember, just because any photographer owns it doesn't necessarily mean you need it to produce the work you like, your signature style. And so I still have some lenses, like I'm literally looking at them. I still have a couple of lenses here that I need to resell. There's nothing wrong with them. They're in perfect condition. They've been used a couple times, but they simply don't support my style. And so they were huge wastes of money. They're collecting dust. Well, they're in a box, so they're protected, but you know what I'm saying. Huge investments in terms of gear and flashes, video lights, little things along the way that I haven't featured here on the channel because I just don't use them. And so gear is another one where I flushed money down the toilet. So I hope that these things that I did wrong help you to feel a little bit better about some of the investments that you've made that just may not have panned out exactly like you had hoped. In fact, I would actually love to hear from you guys. What were some things maybe you invested in or tried that didn't work out? It'll help make us all feel a little bit better about some of our own business blunders. If you haven't seen the best things I've done in my business, the more positive version of this video, be sure to check that out. I'll link it down below and I'll put it up in the cards. It's the biggest game changers in my business, the things that actually did lead to success and get me ahead in my business. So you definitely want to check that one out if you haven't already. All right, so that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.